All right, Raymond, I'll let you go ahead and introduce everything while I get everything set up.
Are we starting now?
Yeah, you can go ahead, Raymond. You can get ready to introduce everybody. Let them know it's about to go down.
Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. It's me, Raymond. So today is the finals between Ilya and Justin. Yes.
Yep.
And with me today is Roberto. He's working. And Jerome. And Bradley. Hi. Bradley is muted.
Bradley's muting.
Okay, now he's not. Oh, he's muted again. All right, so we're gonna have a good time. Did they start yet?
No, they didn't start yet. I just put it up.
Oh, okay. So does anyone have a
winner?
A guess who's going to win? I'm rooting for Illya, obviously.
So I'm rooting for Illya, but I think this is a downhill matchup for him in terms of what his board can do and his opponent deck can do. But I'm still going to go with Illya.
This is kind of a tough one. It all depends on who go first.
All right, somebody go ahead and tell.
Well, we don't want to be in a format where if you win the die roll, you just win. But is this duel that? Are these decks that if you win the die roll, you win game one?
I mean, I played against Heavy Feather. He made crazy boards, and I played against Horex. He made crazy boards too. So it's all.
Well, let's see if the other person draws droplets or Dark Ruler.
Maybe. So I don't think this format. I don't think Illya going first is as impactful as Justin going first. So,
all right, so it looks like Illya won the die roll, or the rock paper scissors, and chooses to go first. Illya is Horex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously it's a cyber.
Ilya's on Dispia and Justin's on Drytron, so it's actually pretty. Not the matchup I expected to see in the finals, but it works.
All right, let's wish our players good luck. Good luck, guys.
Good luck,
Illya don't open pretty good.
Who do you guys think is going to take it?
Like I was saying before, Roberto, I think Illya has a not the best matchup, but I'm going with Illya.
Okay.
Well, with 2 Allure of Darkness, I'm sure he can dig for his offensive and defensive cards.
Yeah, it's already. Allure is very broke. I swear, as soon as the deck came out, I played it in my build. A lot of people didn't play Allure at the beginning. Now it's like become somewhat of a staple. Not a staple, but necessarily. But a lot of people.
He's just getting all of his starters. He probably also has Aliber too.
Well, yeah, his play would suggest that he already has Aliber or a fusion, a branded fusion. So
yeah, Allure is supposed to be a plus or minus 0, but by banishing the Jester, it's just plus so many.
It's just crazy. So it seems like he's been opening insane all tournament too. I don't want to hear nothing about him saying he's been breaking because he's been open godly.
My question is he prepared to get Mystic Mind game 1?
Oh my God! You know what? Yeah,
I thought he saw that.
No, I think Justin made it. Or does he side it?
Yeah, I think he saw that card.
I mean, if you're going off like his regional top list, his whole deck is based around Mystic Minds.
But I mean, he sent the list to Roberto, so I mean, you can easily go back through and see what his list's looking like. But I'm pretty sure he saw that card.
I'm finna look. No, he made it.
Correct.
Yeah, he made it. 2 of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, he definitely made it. Wow.
Again, like I said, I'm giving this edge to Justin.
If Illya lose game 1, it's gonna be painful. going
Also,
second again.
welcome viewers. If you're watching, thank you for joining us. Put on chat who you think's gonna take it, and we'll see what happens.
I think Mr. Mind's strong this format though. I can't even lie.
Yeah, it's a pain in the neck. Like it forces you to actually side cards that you probably wouldn't normally side just to play around it. Or some decks main card just to out it.
I
But some
mean,
decks just like Despia really just loses to it because most people don't play back row hate, especially in like the main deck.
the real problem with it is that I'm playing against a combo deck and I got to put in cards out back rows. So
Yeah,
that's the
that takes away from you stopping the combo.
correct. He opened really well though. I mean,
He did, yeah, with 2 allures.
so
Yeah.
I guess this is a decent board to put up against Mystic
Are
Mind.
those the monsters where you have to pay 600 to activate anything?
Correct.
Yep.
And it
So,
doesn't
and they
activate.
stack, right? So you have to pay 12.
Yeah, so it doesn't activate. So this is probably a better board to end on against Mystic Mind.
Yeah.
And then he can always condense his board down too. So I think he made a pretty good board.
All right. Let's see what Justin's answer is to this board. So we have at least 2 interruptions, and you got to pay 12 per thing.
Well, so he has 3 interruptions. He has the twice. I can't think of the name right now. The Ice Jade twice, and then he has Chimera set up.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. That work. It's gonna be hard for him to, because right now I'm pretty sure he's probably thinking a way to get into Zeus without.
He dies if he doesn't have Mystic Mind. I don't know how he breaks his board because I don't see him being able to. He get what?
Let me see what
Oh,
else.
Nah, he gonna have to use he can use
He does.
He
may
can still use Mirror Jade to banish it.
the red on red
Yeah.
on reds, right?
You said what?
Oh, there is the droplets right there.
Yeah. Yep, drop, and he mains Dark Ruler too, so he has a lot of board breaking cards.
I mean, he can still activate
should've-
Branded and get another Mirror Jade
that's what
out
I'm saying.
while Mystic Mind is still set.
And then he can pop
Yeah,
the face down Mystic.
Yeah, while it's still face down at the end of every resolution.
yeah, that'll work. Hopefully, he doesn't have 2 Mystic Minds.
Maybe.
That's how he beat me.
What material
but then he
does
actually
Mirror
works
Jade needs?
So I mean, I guess I get his play. If you have to brand it in red here to out the Mystic Mind, you essentially lose 2 interruptions, and then he's not taking any more damage, and then he just needs 2 more cards to full combo. So I mean, he's not in a horrible position to outing the whole entire board.
And it looks like the droplets target were both the Masquerade.
So he doesn't take any damage.
Wow.
So I mean, so far I'm liking the plays we're seeing. It's some really good interactive
And it
plays.
is verified that we set Mystic Mind.
And Lily said exactly what he needed to actually win. He has it, or at least to make the combat to break the board.
Unfortunately, I mean, Illya has to, I don't know what he's thinking about, but he absolutely has to Chimera here.
It all depends on what his face down middle card is too, though. Because if he don't, he getting full combo.
Yeah. He can't afford
And
him
his
to get
hand
in.
trap. I forgot Illya play hand traps too, right?
I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, I have to look at his list.
I don't know. Let me see if I can pull Illya.
I thought he was playing board breaking cards with like probably some light hand traps on the side. I think he's playing more of the gas bill game 1.
Yeah, so only hand trap I see besides droplets is Gamma.
I don't think we should be going over the list just in case Justin is watching the match.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if he would do that.
Right, Mind 1 and Mirror Jade 2. Sending.
So I guess his play is to condense his board down, I guess. But the problem is with this. Yeah, okay. This works too. You can Chimera this way. Oh, this clears his whole entire board.
That's okay.
Don't like this play, but it clears his whole entire board, I guess.
You gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
Nah, I would have just chimered and just if he had a second Mystic Mind, he just wins.
And then it does prevent him from doing anything himself, so he doesn't have to worry about him. Well, then he does play other field cards, but I mean, it stops him from making any kind of board unless he digs deep and finds something.
I don't know about that play. I don't know.
Terraforming, unbelievable.
I would have just banished mine, and if he had another Mystic Mind, then do the snow play.
Well, if you do the snow play, then he just sits on Mystic Mind. So like if you Chimera there and then he Mystic Minds you, you pretty much get decked out because you went through a lot of cards.
Because you draw 2 from Chimera.
No, I think he would do the pop 2 play where you make him commit.
Oh, okay, yeah, and then you pop.
Again, though, the reason why I don't like this play is because it doesn't out Mystic Mind. If I'm Justin, I just sit on Mystic Mind.
You don't have a monster on the field, do you?
There's no monsters. Mystic Mind is dying after this.
Nah, I mean, he has Dry Trines. I would summon 2 Dry Trines, tribute summon my Vanity's Ruler, and sit on Mystic Mind. You can't special summon. Do you play Droplets to be able to special summon?
Oh, okay. You're saying he bring out Vanity Rules, so anytime he bring out a monster, he still can't do anything. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
so let me real quick while they're deciding.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. I would have tribute summoned for Vanities at any point in time that Mystic Mind goes, you still can't special summon. So.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And guys, that was game 1 of the finals. And we starting out quick. Like Illya. Oh, okay, he's letting him go first.
Illya won last round.
Oh, Illya won last round. Wow, I didn't even realize that he had been defeated. Okay.
You know the irony of this is that we all were counting Illya out, and he's in the finals.
Yeah, well,
I wasn't counting him out. Actually,
Raymond did put him going far. I think you picked him losing the Geo.
I did.
Like that.
Yeah, if you watch the replay, I said Ilya's gonna take it.
Yeah, he definitely.
But did you pick Illya based off his skill set, or did you pick Illya based off him being a friend to us?
It's just a surprise factor. Like no one thought. I mean, out of all the contestants, they'd be like, "Oh, he's an easy win. We're not even gonna think about it." But then he kept playing and winning, and then now we're thinking about it because he's right here.
Yeah. Hey Raymond, do you watch football at all?
No.
Okay, so the comparison to that is the Cowboys. Them boys look good every year to a certain point, and they get beat to sleep. And you're pretty much the Cowboy right now.
Yeah. I definitely didn't think he was making it past Andreas,
right.
But he did. So
I mean,
I did pick him getting out the first round though. Raymond just picked him to go a little further than I did.
This is the crazy thing. I think mid-range decks right now are a little bit better than combo decks, just because everyone is playing a combo deck. So you just instantly lose the match off of a dice roll, depending on how you set your tech cards up. So I thought he had an okay chance based off deck building, but I didn't think he was going to be in the finals.
Yeah,
so what is the ideal board here?
Ideal board is double negate. You can't special summon, and I kill you next turn.
Yeah. So Vanity's
Ruler. I love Vanity's Ruler.
What's the other negate outside of the counter trap?
So there's a play where he can summon. If he makes the board, he can get to double counter trap, and then he can set up the move beta as well as a negate, and then he can Vanity's Rulers. I guess is one of his ideal in boards. And then if he plays a Tzolk'in package, he can get into Crystal Wing. He can Scythe Lock and draw phase if he plays that type of package as well to get into Baron. It's all kind of different in boards. I just don't know what his full extra deck would be.
Okay.
He's gonna tribute something already? What is he saying? Reduce. Okay. Oh man, he might tribute something.
Yeah, cause that's for he's playing around nib.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a good sign though, because you could typically want to tribute the Drytrons unless he's going for a different inboard.
Well, he got the other Drytron in the
So
in the
if
grave.
you keep,
Oh yeah, in Lancia. Remember I told you about that earlier, Roberto?
Yeah.
yeah, he did against me too. Draw phase Lancia was insane.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
But he got the two Drytrons. I mean, in the grave.
Well, but what I'm saying is you typically want to tribute the two Drytron monsters and leave the Mubeta on so you can continuously tribute like ritual summon underneath it and or leave it for a negate. So he may not have like a super strong hand.
But I mean, as long as he got that counter trap down there, plus Lancia, plus
I mean, have we seen
Plus his
now
vanity.
he can get to the counter trap? Because up until this point, we haven't seen him be able to get to the counter trap, but now he can. So
that combo right there, that guy, I swear to you.
He's stressing you out, huh, Jerome?
Yes, he opened up that same combo, bro.
He do open it. I haven't seen him brick this whole tournament, so his build.
So I mean, Drytrons really don't brick.
Yeah, I've never seen. I really.
But I
haven't
mean,
seen
like the
Drytron.
same combo though, every game.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. This is like a 2-3 card combo, and he is opening it. So he is opening it the same.
Every duel.
But still. Raymond, what you think? What's your thoughts? You quiet over there.
Oh, I'm just watching what Drytron is doing, trying to keep up. Is Benton at 2?
Yes.
Okay. I'm actually gonna play locals tomorrow.
Oh,
Really?
where's locals at tomorrow? What's
Fridays?
Yeah, they have a card shop here that has tournaments on Friday.
Oh, he's not in Jacksonville.
I keep forgetting he's in Germany.
Are you still playing Agents?
I brought Agents and Invoke, Kadal,
Yeah, so,
and Water.
Just judging by how his board was going, I knew he wasn't. He didn't open insane because you never want to tribute Mubeta.
Who is that ritual monster? Is that a Libro monster?
No, that's a magic key. So essentially, it searches a magic key spell a trap card. And he opened the second one. He pretty much wins.
All right, so he Dark Ruler. That's what he needed, but unfortunately, he had the counter. So let's see if he has another board break.
Oh, counter trap. When your opponent activates a spell and you control a ritual monster, it's just a negate for a spell and trap.
So that's what I was saying earlier, Jerome. He didn't open that well because you don't want to tribute the Mubeta.
I mean, that's the same combo he opened against me right here, though.
Oh, no, that's not what he opened against me. He opened the ability to have Mubeta on the field, double counter trap.
Damn, not double.
Yeah, double and the Vanity's ruler guy. That's like full combo.
Louver. I wonder if he had like a droplet or something.
Chalice.
That's what I'm thinking. He probably have.
I don't think he has anything. I think he's trying to play as much as possible without dying.
Yeah. Actually, help him to see more of what cards that Justin's playing, even if he can't like out his board, just to see him play more cards to have an understanding of what he's playing in his deck. Because his build, like I said, you did right, say this becoming the standard Drytron build, but based off the recent ones in the past, they looked a little different from this.
So, I mean, I think Illya knows what the deck does at this point. He probably went home, looked at some YouTube videos, if not already knew.
Yeah, because he did play Drytron at one point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but he got destroyed when he played Drytron. It was knocking his head off.
Is that Richard? I told you, yeah, droplets. Is that Richard Monster?
He did have droplets also, Mira. DRNM and droplets.
So this match is over.
Ain't that Retro Monster is a negate too, right?
Nah.
He is playing like God this tournament. He said he got out to prove something.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
was playing really good though. I have to give it to him.
Yeah, he's been playing well.
that hurt
It's
your
just
heart.
nice that he drew droplets and the RNM, the two
Nah,
cards we mentioned at the beginning of this cast.
Yeah,
but Raymond did call this though. Raymond did call this. He was gonna take this.
Yeah, let's rewind the tape. I said, unless he drew droplets and the RNM, then he can have it, I'm sure. And
Yeah.
he did.
that's
But
crazy.
this, like I said though, this is my argument against Raymond picking him. He picked him out
I
of
think
friendship.
Raymond, what you picked? Two people, right? Him and somebody else.
Picked him and Gio. I think he
Gio,
picked
yeah.
Oh,
Illya.
Gio. Yeah.
Yes. And then you rewind that tape. I said, if Gio gets knocked out, then it's obviously Illya.
Yeah, he definitely did. I kind of went with the obvious picks of Kamal and I think I picked Kamal and you, Jerome, to be in the finals.
Yeah.
I should probably gamble.
But this was a tough tournament right here, though. I like this kind of tournament. You had all the heavy hitters up there.
Yeah, definitely tough and entertaining too. Surprising with a lot of 2-0s is what really surprised me. Like almost everybody got 2-0. It was like maybe a couple of 2-1s. Rest of was 2-0. But it's very
Are we
entertaining.
worried at all about Justin's hand, or is that something that Drytron usually don't have as hand traps?
I mean,
I think he had a nib, right?
I think the hero, the orange light, is the only thing that I would really be worried about.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think you play that many hand traps just because you're going first. I think this match is over. But
I mean, he's still under Lancia, so I don't think it's lethal. What do you think?
Yeah.
So I think spot removal is really good against Drytrons. So even if it's not lethal, you can clear his board.
Yeah. And then have your own board of interruptions.
Correct. And they're like the better type of interruptions, I would say.
So that's at 1250, 1750.
So even
and Alobear is too weak, or he's too weak to take out
either.
either.
He's gonna be able to do more.
All right, we still have a duel here.
Game.
We still have 3 cards in hand. We have the spell in the graveyard. Thinking on draw phase. What interruption could he have on the draw phase?
Oh, he do play what's the name? Dimension Burial.
Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Yeah? Ja. Ja, ich warte auf ihn. Also. Das Gebäude heißt sie Schmartnitz. Und no, wir treffen uns an die Tour. Ja, ich warte auf ihn an die Tour, ja. Also, Dankeschön. Tschüss. That was my Uber Eats.
What language are you speaking?
It was German.
You got it. Oh, where are you at right now, Raymond?
I'm in Germany.
I didn't know you speak German.
It's 6:30 right now. Yeah, well, I've been studying it for a few years, and I'm here to study it more. And then I'm teaching it in August at Sandalwood.
So you're switching from Spanish to German, or German, or you doing both?
I don't want to teach both, so probably just German.
I didn't know they had a German class at Sandalwood.
They didn't. They
okay.
don't. We don't until this school year.
I wish I'd have got you in Spanish class. It would have been great.
Wait for Daddy to finish, and you can come here. Okay. Oh. Okay, go on, Daddy. Close the door.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed in his inboard. I thought his inboard was going to be a little bit better, but I guess you only can open so insane.
Do we know what that set card is on Ilya's back row?
I was running my
Mm,
mouth, so I don't even know. I
no,
would
we do
imagine.
What
not.
can be guessed?
We do
I
not
imagine
know.
it's branded in red, right?
It's
And then he
probably
said,
branded, yeah. What else could it be?
or unless he did it
Well,
on
it
his.
could be anything else, but it's probably branded.
So right now, guys, we got 15 guys in the chat. Can one of you guys break it down to them? What's going on right now and what game we're on and stuff? Somebody said, Ilya, Justin rooting. I'm rooting for Justin. Oh, looks like it's over for Justin. Haha. Wait a minute. Ilya got this.
Look at this chat.
So for you, those of you just tuning in, this is game 2. Ilya took game 1. The finals. And yep, it's Brendan in red that he has face down. Force that Brendan in red out. Ilya opened good enough to break the Drytron board that he did have for game 2. Justin's trying to avoid getting swept 2-0. He's actually putting up a good fight. You know, this game match can still go either way, depending on what Justin has in his hand. What's in his graveyard?
Oh man, I wonder who Kaiju Ink is. I think that's Tino. Oh man, I bet you.
Oh, wow.
What just happened?
So Phoenix. He changed Brandon red to Phoenix.
It was branded in red, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
And how many did he use from the field? 2?
2. He's gonna get 2 pops, and he got to bring back.
That card is so
Mirror.
good. It literally replaces itself because you get a pop and a draw. So good.
Yeah. So Jerome, man, talk to us about going to the Nationals, man. What's your mind state for that?
For Nats,
We love to see a repeat, man. A win, actually.
Yeah.
yeah, I know, right?
Well, you got up your sleeve. Let them know.
What decks you worried about stuff like that?
The same deck I've been running about is Death Spill.
That's good. You don't think Kamal deck was a little challenging for your deck?
No, not really.
His inboard kind of crazy for your deck. You only use one spell attract card,
Yeah, it was pretty good.
and then he makes the hair roll, so you can't summon the Golden Lord. I think that's a.
But I think he went first and I broke his board. If I'm not
Yeah,
I remember,
mistaken.
did you? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did.
And then he won game 2 and I just won game 3 because I had border.
Inspector border.
Yeah.
You went back to Inspector border.
Spectre border actually kind of good in this format if you just think about it.
I just haven't seen you play that since 2019.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
But I'm just thinking about what deck I want to play too though. Because I mean I kind of want to play Flunder.
Flunder.
I think Flunder a good matchup in this
I
format. Only deck you lose against is what Flunder is. Sword Slow.
So yeah.
And then what Therion, I believe.
I don't really like Therion.
I mean, girl, you are the trap guy for a reason, man.
Yeah.
You've been trapping since before I was born. Go ahead and keep playing the trap
Oh,
deck.
God, that's crazy.
Ooh, he's actually doing that.
Mirror Jade to banish.
Ooh. Can he crash, take, link? Crash, take, link. What can he link into? How many can you look at his graveyard? How many I guess which cards does he have in there? He has 2 Bentons.
Yeah.
So he can crash and take twice. Okay. Does Natasha target? I can't remember. Yeah.
Target 1 monster your opponent controls.
Is there a poly engrave?
That's a good question. Nope, but it does have a branded opening.
I mean, that's not going to save him from getting snatched and took. So.
Oh, okay. Because he can't target what you call it.
No, he can target. He can target it. So
he can destroy it.
Yeah. I just don't know what that does. Like, I don't. If he had Predaplant, you know what I mean, then I'd be like, okay, we got something. But gain more life. Right. Take. Okay. Gain the life points back. Problem is, Illya's going to remake a board next turn. So
What's in his hand though?
I mean, well, we know the dragon is engraved. You summoned it back at this turn. Does he play targets to banish cards with?
No, I doubt it.
I was gonna say, is Justin that crazy?
No. This situation is a very awkward situation too. Jesus Christ, that's just.
I mean, you just get destroyed. I think I don't know if it's awkward. Like, it's, man. I'm definitely proud of Illya though, man. He finally made it in our top 20.
Yeah.
I'm proud. He really did his thing. This is
I hope he play like this at the Nats though.
Yeah.
You don't think he will, Jerome?
Nah, he's a DB legend.
Yeah, but you know he's a DB guy. Y'all know how DB is.
Yeah, he's a DB legend, not in person. So I hope he do. I hope he do play like this in person.
I mean, I think he just has to open like this. Illya makes some mistakes, but he don't make a lot of big mistakes, I don't think. So he just needs to open well in person.
All right, so pretty much Illya got this, if I'm not mistaken. It should be what game now, right?
Yeah, this should be over. This should be overkill.
It's overkill. It's just flexing right now to let them know. He like, y'all doubted me. Let me show you what I can do.
That brain infusion is so broke. Jesus.
I definitely doubted him.
Yeah.
All right,
so,
Illya. Yeah. Congrats, Illya.
Congrats, Illya, guys, for winning the Tournament of Power. I am.
Horex is the DB legend.
This is like Chatsu winning Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Z. Hey, look, we were surprised. We overcame all odds.
Yeah, he definitely did it to bring you home for Jacksonville. That's crazy. 2 tournaments in a row.
Yeah.
So he wins it playing Despia.
So Roberto, real quick, just talk about some of our next I guess upcoming videos and when they can expect that, what they're going to be about.
So some of the next most recent things coming up are going to be interviews with some of the top players in the community and some of the people from the tournament. There's going to be 2 top players from each 2 top players on each interview, so 2 at a time. Illya took it, guys, for everybody in the chat, but it's going to be 2 top players from each interview. Me and Raymond will be interviewing them. We got Jeremy Mitchell and Triff. That's it, right? We got Justin.
Is that at the same time or 2 separate?
No, same time. So me and you be interviewing.
Same time, okay.
Yeah, so me and you be having a luxury interviewing Jeremy and Triff. So that'll be a good one. We got Bradley and Justin, actually, who just came in second. Bradley, that's who we're gonna be interviewing you with. Jerome, we got you. I don't remember who's with you, but I know we got Raphael, Naveen, and the Blessings gonna be an interview together. So we probably Jeremy and Triff will be first, and then Raphael, Naveen, and the Blessing will be second. Then we'll see what
we're gonna have to dig for screenshots.
Roberto, you should put up a poll to see maybe we get like 1 or 2 people that the viewers want us to interview.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
You know,
when y'all when is your next tournament?
So I'm debating on waiting till after Nats because these tournaments they do drag out. And I got a lot of people want to play, like regular players want to play in the next one. So I'm gonna probably try to wait till after Nats so I won't interfere, it won't conflict with any kind of events coming up. Because after Nats, things kind of die down a little bit, so that'll give people more free time to play and stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna wait after Nats, and just until then we just be doing interviews and like going over some DB matches and just going over some game, like text and stuff like just going over little things in Yu-Gi-Oh that people want to learn. Like I said, a lot of people have been messaging me about another tournament, but I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer to after Nats and give people time to prepare for that. Because online can be a little tiring too when you got your personal life going on. But the interview
What's
things are gonna be.
your what's your purpose of doing these tournaments?
So I'm trying to build. It's crazy you say that because Raymond actually went up. We talked about this in a video. One of the first videos I did with him. So I'm trying to build a big in-person online tournament scene. So where online is cool, but in person is always better. And then the bigger it gets online, I can try to transition it to in person because you need at least a certain amount of people to have to really work in person. Like doing it in Jacksonville is one thing, but getting people to come out of town to attract more people from out of town is another. And the bigger the channel gets, the more popular it gets, the more the surprise support is, the more people's going to want to come from out of town and join. And it might turn into a thing like how PPG kind of turned into like a little. It's not a sanctioned event, but it's pretty big. Winning a PPG or even topping the PPG, somewhat for better than going to the locals, topping the locals because there are some players that are not maybe necessarily from Florida that come from out of town and play in it. So I'm just trying to do something for the community and help put Jacksonville on the map, man. Because we got some good players here in Jacksonville, just like Illya just won it. They just don't really get an opportunity to showcase what they can do, or a lot of people just don't know about them because they don't go outside of Florida. It's different when we know all the players that top in Florida. We know everybody here, but when we go out of town to Georgia or something, not necessarily, they don't see us that often, or we don't get to do it. So I'm trying to help everybody kind of build their brand. I really want to make the city look good and do some things. And then the team, this channel is going to help the team a lot because a lot of YouTubers been supporting the channel, giving a shout out to DB Grinder and Trife Gaming, Triff Gaming for really supporting the channel. Shout out to Pat for supporting the channel too. Like I said, I'm only a small YouTuber and they're supporting me, so that means a lot because a lot of people they wait till you get to a certain point and then they try to jump in and support you. But we've been kind of getting support right from the jump, which is good. So I'm gonna network a lot, and then we're gonna go from there. But definitely, this is gonna be a thing of the future because nobody has a Yu-Gi-Oh Sports in the channel where they're doing interviews, discussing players like how we're doing right now. You can't go nowhere on YouTube and find anything like this. It's usually them, telling us the obvious. This deck list the top 5 decks. People want to hear people, dispute and argue over who's the better player, who's the best player, who's gonna win the YCS. And we're gonna do a video before Nats and discuss, players that can possibly win Nats too. Get a list of players that we know is going to be there for a fact. Like people like Jesse Cotton, Andre. Well, I don't know if Andreas can go to events right now. Kamal, just a long list of players and discuss who may win it, and then pick some dark horses of players who, aren't necessarily very popular in the world, but they're good. Like a Nicholas Ortiz or a Michael State. They're big here in Florida, but they're not really everywhere else outside of Florida. People don't know them, but they top events. And then I want to see people like you, Jerome, Bradley, which Raymond still played, but he's judging a lot.
When I can.
Man, you play temporarily, but I like to see like you and Bradley. I want to see y'all do things. Me and Raymond here to back y'all up, man. We're gonna be every step of the way trying to do as much as we can. We got a lot of interviews coming up, so we're gonna see what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make the channel.
So I have a quick question for Bradley. So all the decks in a row, right? Let me get this. All the decks in a row. what would you thinking playing Dragonlings? Like, what made you want to just go on this tournament and play Dragonlings instead of all other decks?
So the thing about playing Dragonlings right now, it's a couple different variants of it. You can play a more mid-range variant. I played a very aggressive combo variant. Essentially, if I go first, I normally win. And it's something I'm familiar with. It has really good win cons. It can go second fairly well. It's kind of why I chose to play Dragonlings.
So would you be playing that like in the future or just for this tournament?
So I'm definitely probably going to play it in the future. I'm going to try to removing the Brave engine and or the Punk engine, either engine, and putting in more going second cards.
And
So I'm not
I
sure.
noticed people want to see a list too, Bradley. And I seen on DB Grind you had people on the comment want to see, want to know about your list or whatever. Are they going to get to see Bradley's list, or it's going to be like you got to wait till after Nats, or are you just going to
So
go
I'm
ahead
not going to Nats, Roberto.
Okay.
So if you want me to do a list, I can definitely do, I guess, the different variations of Dragon Link that I would play. If you want to do that video, like I said, me personally, I think if somebody like ratios it down completely, right, I think it's a hard deck to beat. As you seen from my ending board, it was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And I did it without punks.
That
Yeah.
deck's hell because it can play.
Yeah, I did it.
It can play through so much. I hate playing against dragons, man. I hate it. Hate it.
Who
Hate
y'all
it.
think like the top decks is in this format, like top 5?
Top 5. If I was going to Nats, I'll obviously be worried about Despia, Flunder, a back row deck.
Thunder.
Yeah, and then I think you're going to see a lot of Dragon Link because that's a popular deck. You're going to see a lot of Sword Soul, and then you're going to see like the Punk base decks, probably like my top 6.
Oh, ABC too.
I don't like ABC like that.
I think it was a lot of the last ones.
It reminds me of Mermails, where you got all these crazy cards, but you have to play all these cards that do nothing when you draw them. Like you don't want to be drawing A, B, and C pieces because you can't really get them out of your hand in most cases. And then your engine is subpar going second.
Yeah, but then the lines are not very lineal. There's so many branches that your opponent might not know what to stop, what to let go, and surprise them with surprise plays. With like Despia, you can there's like a flow chart. It's just like, do you have this? Yes, then you can do this. But with ABC and water, it's just like, do you have this? Then you can still do 3 things, not just
let me ask
one.
you a question, because you play water, right? You're really great with water. When I played Mermails against you, did you not know what I was going to do?
I mean, I knew the options that you had. You had 5 options. What were you going to do? I don't know,
So that's why I don't like using the knowledge thing, because once you get to like a certain level, everyone generally can figure out what your deck can do and the branches you can take once you get to like a certain
skill. Yeah. I mean, you will always do the optimal branch.
Yeah, not even that. Just like if you were to play with me with ABCs, I know all of your branches you could take, right? And I'm not even like that great of a player, right? Like I'm okay, right? Imagine when you play against these great players, they know all of the branches already. So for me, using that as like a crutch, I don't like using it as a crutch, me personally.
But I mean, we only seen like one ABC player at the.
Yeah, exactly. Once you get to a point where everyone plays it, then people are gonna know how to play against it. But if it's just a couple players who are playing it, and you're not exposed to it as much, then they'll keep you guessing.
I guess I just.
I'm not saying they're not gonna. I'm not saying they're gonna do well. I'm just saying you might see them, and they will do well.
Wins with it using that, people not knowing what they're doing. But if I sat down against you, Raymond, I would expect you to know what ABC does, and you haven't played competitively in a minute. Like I would expect you to know all my branches that I could cover for the most part.
Yeah.
Right. And imagine once you get in like day 2, I would imagine everybody has that general concept unless they got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess you can get through day 1. You'll play against a couple people that don't know what it does and hand trap and get wrong.
Yeah, it's just your deck has to survive 11 rounds.
Yeah.
Correct. And I don't think ABC can go second consistently. I just don't see it.
Would you be judging Raymond for the Nets, or you playing?
Good question.
No, I'm here till end of July. Thank you, by the way, for inviting me to your party, but I'm still here. I'm sure y'all will have fun.
So you did say you was going to stay there until the end of July.
Yeah. I have school 6 hours a day, so.
Oh, you up there for a job?
No, I'm a student. Because I need to take the German test when I get back home. So I'm just here to practice, talk more. So when I go back home to Florida, take the test and pass it, then I'll teach it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, man. It's practice.
All right, well, I have to get off.
Okay, well, I'm meeting a few friends at the bar in an hour. So I'm going to eat, maybe take a shower, and then go.
Yeah, I'm about to get ready to go to the doctor. I don't feel good today.
Well, I hope you feel better, Roberto. I appreciate you letting me be on the channel and commentate. We can get together for, I guess, our next couple of videos too.
All right, and then shoot, guys, we're playing out the next tournament. We can start playing it early, and we'll talk about the Raymond. We're playing out these interviews so we both have time to do them. We'll
Yeah.
talk outside
Okay.
live.
All right, Jerome. See you later. All right, see you later, everyone.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a
Bye,
good one. Thank you.
everyone.
All right, y'all.